Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Varadhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. O Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai 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 Gauranga, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gaura Premanande. Jai Om Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotara Satasi Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopal Vadadas Raghunath Shadagoswami Prabhu Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Vrajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Gangamai Yamanamai Bhakti Devi Tulasi Maharani Ki Harinam Sankirtan Yajna Ki Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Shri Shri Radha Neela Madhava Ki Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Prad Nrsimhadev Ki Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Gaura Premanande. All glories were assembled devotees, all glories were assembled devotees, all glories were assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Very happy to be here on my first visit to Seattle with the community of devotees under the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Neela Madhav. Thank you very much. I have the daunting task of choosing to speak on anything I want, which is more difficult than being specified, speak on this verse. So I'm going to overcome that by dip, my blue ship, sort of a random opening of the Bhagavad Gita and rely on Krishna inspiration within the heart. Yes, here we have. I have chosen, or rather it's come up here as 9th chapter, text 18. If you want to follow it on your pocket Prabhupada's books, like Maharaj said in the morning. 9.17. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah sharanam suhrit prabhavah pralayahasthanam nidhanam bijam avyayam. You want to repeat that? Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah sharanam suhrit prabhavah pralayahasthanam nidhanam bijam avyayam. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah saranam suhrit prabhavah pralayahasthanam nidhanam bijam avyayam. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah sharanam suhrit prabhavah pralayahasthanam nidhanam bijam avyayam. Anybody wants to repeat that?
Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah sharanam suhrit prabhavah pralayasthanam nidhanam bijam avyayam.
Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah sharanam suhrit prabhavah pralayasthanam nidhanam bijam avyayam. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah sharanam suhrit prabhavah pralayasthanam nidhanam bijam avyayam. Gatir bharta prabhu sakshi nivasah sharanam suhrit
Pralayasthanam. Ladies.
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी
निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभव प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम्
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभव प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम् गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभव प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम्
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी
निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभव प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम्
Word for word. Gatihi, goal. Bharta, sustainer. Prabhu, Lord. Sakshi, witness. Nivasah, abode. Sharanam, refuge. Suhrit, most intimate friend. Prabhavaha, creation. Pralayah, dissolution. Sthanam, ground. Nidhanam, resting place. Bijam, seed. Avyayam, imperishable. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place and the eternal seed. Please repeat. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place, and the eternal seed. Purport. Gati means the destination where we want to go. But the ultimate goal is Krishna. Although people do not know it, one who does not know Krishna is misled, and his so-called progressive march is either partial or hallucinatory. There are many who make as their destination different demigods, and by rigid performance of the strict respective methods, they reach different planets known as Chandraloka, Suryaloka, Indraloka, Maharloka, etc. But all such lokas or planets, being creations of Krishna, are simultaneously Krishna and not Krishna. Such planets, being manifestations of Krishna's energy, are also Krishna. But actually they serve only as a step forward for realization of Krishna. To approach the different energies of Krishna is to approach Krishna indirectly. One should directly approach Krishna, for that will save time and energy. For example, if there is a possibility of going to the top of a building by the help of an elevator, why should one go by the staircase step by step? Everything is resting on Krishna's energy. Therefore, without Krishna's shelter, nothing can exist. Krishna is the supreme ruler because everything belongs to him and everything exists on his energy. Krishna, being situated in everyone's heart, is the supreme witness. The residences, countries or planets on which we live are also Krishna. Krishna is the ultimate goal of shelter, and therefore one should take shelter of Krishna either for protection or for annihilation of his distress. And whenever we have to take protection, we should know that our protection must be a living force. Krishna is a supreme living entity, and since Krishna is the source of our generation or the supreme father, no one can be a better friend than Krishna, nor can anyone be a better well-wisher. Krishna is the original source of creation and the ultimate rest after annihilation. Krishna is therefore the eternal cause of all causes. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Idinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Kauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Again, thank you very much for coming here today. It's my first experience here in Seattle. We have a very wonderful pic that I did here today. It's a summation of many things mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is himself declaring it. It's an amazing shloka. If anybody dares say this, he must be the Supreme Lord. I am the shelter, I am the source, I am the destination, I am the best friend, I am everything for you. Pitaham asya jagato mata data pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkar rikshama yajurevacha is the previous shloka. I am your father, I am your mother, I am your grandfather, I am everything for you. There's nowhere else you need to look for anything. So this is the sum and substance, this is the conclusion of the entire Vedic literature. This is absolute truth. Krishna is indeed everything, and because a living entity who is fallen from grace cannot understand this, cannot relate with it, Krishna is in a position where he has to directly say it, I am everything for you. Can you please listen to that? So this is an amazing expression from the supreme absolute truth, Krishna. He's calling himself here the residence, the shelter, and the most intimate friend that you can ever have. It's amazing. Suhrit, Prabhupada explains, most intimate friend. Prabhupada goes forward to explain somewhere else in the Bhagavad and the purports that there are three types of friendships we can have. Three levels. One can be Bandhu, one can be Mitra, one can be Suhrit. And here Suhrit means Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatvam Shantim Richati. In another place in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says, I am the best well-wishing friend. Mitra means a social acquaintance. I go to the marketplace every day to shop, and we meet each other, and we sometimes negotiate and bargain in the marketplace, or we select things together, we talk a few sweet, nice things, and I know you, you know me. Social. Bandhu means a little more closer. I know you pretty well. I know some problems that you have, and I have helped to lend a shoulder you can cry on. And I have sort of tried to suggest some solutions. And you too have been good to me. And in this way, we are just a little more than social friends who say hi, bye to each other. I can call upon you, and you attend my sister's wedding, and I expect that and you expect that I will attend your daughter's wedding out of obligation, etc., etc. A Suhrit is very close. He knows you in and out. You can do anything to him. You can show your Vishwarupa on him, and he doesn't take it seriously. Right? And then he calls you up next, like, can we go out to this thing and all that? Yeah, and we go and forget everything. You know me, I know you, we each other know our Vishwarupas. Right? We know you too. I know my horoscope, I know your horoscope, you know mine, and I know everything is okay with us. We can slap each other, we can get back again. In and out, I know you. Suhrit, intimate friend. But there's no Suhrit for everybody in this world, including the gnat and the bacteria and the blue whale, like Krishna, because he sits in their heart. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattah smritir jnanam apohanam cha Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshu arjuna tishtati. I am situated in everybody's heart. I guide the wanderings of living entities. Brahmayan sarvabhutani gyatvam shantim richati. In this way, Krishna is so intimate to the spirit soul that even the spirit soul doesn't know to what level Krishna is close to you because of his own forgetfulness, apohanam. We don't even know how intimately Krishna is associated with us. Of course, we are foolish, conditioned souls who have given up foolishly the association of Krishna. And here's Krishna reminding us, I am your best friend. I sit inside you. I know everything about you, not only in this Janma like your other friend whom you claim to be your close friend, but from Janma after Janma, I have been with you and I know all your thoughts, your vasanas, your karmas, your desires and your deep internal longings. I know everything about you. Life after life. Just imagine, this is truth. Life after life, what all you did at every moment to moment cannot be possible unless Krishna sanctions it. Unless he sanctions it. Krishna is saying that I am the witness and the sanctioner. In all your lives, not only in this life, Super Soul is not only for this life. For every life of wandering in this world, in forgetfulness of the Lord. Although you forget the Lord, He never forgets you. And He knows everything about you. All information is stored about you in the greatest storage ever. I don't know how much GB or TB that is. That's stored. And any time you can pick out and tell you. That's why Krishna is saying that many lifetimes have passed, you don't remember. I remember all of them. He tells Arjuna, Mam tu vedana kaschana. I know everybody and everything, but me nobody knows. So this is an amazing revelation. We have to have faith in the fact that Krishna is saying, I am your best friend. Period. How much do we believe in that? How much do we believe in that? To that extent, our Krishna consciousness is blossomed. To that extent, we have realized Krishna. That Krishna is your intimate friend, your greatest well-wisher. This is a realization. How much we realize these things that Krishna has mentioned here, how much we impose our faith in that, to that extent we can measure our devotion to Krishna. That's why great devotees of the Lord, they know this to be true. Whatever little fluctuations, whatever little vacillations are there in their life, ups and downs, still their faith in Krishna on this basis never shakes. Never shakes. They're deeply rooted. And with this view, when we look at all the pastimes of Krishna and the amazing amount of faith devotees have in spite of being in some of the worst material conditions, they uphold Krishna is my shelter. Krishna is my best friend. Irrespective of whatever situation he puts me in, they don't in any way shake their faith in Krishna. That doesn't shake their faith in Krishna because they believe in this fully. So all those external changes, all those external situations don't really matter to this particular statement. That's the faith of the devotee. You see, what an intimate friendship Krishna had with Sudama. Actually a friend, his best friend. And he came all the way to Dwaraka with 3 fistfuls of flat rice, packed in a dirty cloth, given to him by his wife. And it is mentioned that he carried it sometimes under his armpit. It is sling. And he restrained himself from eating that in spite of great hunger, walking all the way. You know, I'm sure that some one of us would have easily eaten it on the way and said, let's see, later we can give something to him. We can make it up later. We'll find something on the way. But Sudama never even thought of it. He just carried it with great care. It's a gift for Krishna, my best friend. So he brings it all the way, and Krishna, as soon as he sees in the distance of his palace from inside, he sees near the gateway this frail-looking Brahmana, tattered finery around him, torn cloth and his ribs jutting out. And nobody would even look at him. But he had great hopes, and he was walking into the palace of Rukmini. And Krishna was resting and relaxing on his couch, being fanned, being attended to by others, and Rukmini was closely, intimately talking to him. And from the corner of his eye, he could see Sudama coming there. And instantly, everything changed for him. He just threw up his whole thing. It seems he ran even without wearing his footwear, and his chadar fell down. And he ran all the way with his hands up saying, Sudama. He went right up there and embraced that frail-looking Sudama who was caught off guard. Krishna came and embraced him. And then put his chin onto his shoulders and cried. The Bhagavatam says he shed tears. He was in great happiness. And people in the palace were wondering, whoever is this half-naked fakir who has come here and taken the attention of Krishna? How come we don't know him? How come we don't know him? Who is this? Must be somebody very important that Rukmini is talking intimately to her husband, and he steals away the attention. Must be somebody greater than that. And Krishna, he brings him, places him on the couch, makes him sit on the couch, washes his feet, drinks the Charnamrit, sprinkles it on everybody else, and the importance in the minds of all the others grows. Wow, this must be super important person. He looks like a real insignificant person. But the way Krishna treated him and the importance he gave to him. Sudama, of course, was such a very simple person. He was completely overtaken by all the things done on him and the reception given. He didn't know how to respond to it. He was, given a bath, given full dressing. He was given a feast. He was again made to sit down. And after that, Krishna held his feet to his chest, where Lakshmi is situated. And then it's mentioned that he was massaging his feet. This is the meaning of intimate friend. Krishna really wants to show it to him. I am your intimate friend. And you also think so. And I'm reciprocating it with you. So after that, but Krishna is thinking even further. He is thinking, where is that gift he has brought for me? Because that exchange that he would do with me, I am waiting for that. And I dropped a hint. Is everything going fine at home? Which is the reason why he has come here. And because he is super soul, Paramatma in everybody's heart, including his wife's, including Sudama's heart, and he knows exactly what you have come here for. He's asking and dropping a hint. Is everything fine here? Let's get on with it. Let's relate. Where's the rasa? Where's the juice of our relationship? Bring out the gift. Is everything fine at home? He's trying to drop a hint. Do you remember that your wife gave you a gift? And Sudama, overwhelmed with the amount of reception that he has got, he thinks that my flat rice soaked in my armpit all the way from here is no fitting gift for all that you have given me. I can't pull it out. It's too shy. It's too shy to take it out. And then he said, better look at the palace, look at all the, arrangements, and where is my, 3 mushtis of rice, flat rice, going to compare with this? So shy, so, self-conscious, that he decided not to give the gift. He decided, but the Lord has just focused on the gift. Kim upayanam anitam brahma me bhavatat grihat. He asked him, he tried once, then he said, how's your wife doing? He said, how are things at home? Then he dropped the next sentence, how's your wife doing? So, my wife has given me a gift actually, I forgot. At least give that way. As super soul in the heart and externally and as super soul, he really pushed Sudama. But he didn't part with it. He still thought, no, that's not fit for you. So he asked, directly he asked, Kim upanayam anitam brahmame. Oh Brahmana, have you brought any gift for me? It's too much. I mean, do you do that to somebody who comes to your house as a guest? You just watch the amount of emotion that's involved here. He actually shamelessly asked Sudama, you brought any gift for me? I mean, these small kids around here, I'm sure when they get around birthday parties and all, even they wouldn't do that. Even they wouldn't ask, you came for my birthday party, did you bring a gift to me? They wouldn't ask. And even if they would, very young kids may ask, this is for you, what did you bring for me? Okay, I bought this for you, and they feed each other or something. But here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Shukrit. He is shamelessly asking, do you bring anything for me? Can you imagine? Because Prabhupada said is hungry for your love. And still he did not give it. Still Sudama did not give it. And he said, this guy and his all social convention, he just took it out of him. doesn't know how to relate with me. Just took it out of him and opened it in front of everybody, picking out that dirty looking cloth. What's it he's taking out? And Rukmini was standing over the shoulder of Krishna and watching. Everybody was watching. He pulled out the dirty looking cloth. Sudama, you bought this for me? Great exclamation. You really bought this for me? Wonderful. He appreciated the gift like nothing, knowing fully well what Sudama was feeling. Dirty looking piece of cloth and some nothing, just some flat rice, not even fried, not even little masala or some turmeric or nothing, just flat rice, plain rice, sticky stuff it must have been. He took that and he ate it with great relish. With great relish he ate it. And he appreciated it so much. See, kinchit karoti uruvapi swatattamatram falgu api bhurikari. Later Sudama was thinking, as he was going back, falgu api bhurikari. I did something so small. I did actually nothing much. Bhurikari, Krishna did so many things for me, welcoming me, massaging me, washing my feet, giving me food, shelter, clothing, resting, everything. And I just gave him nothing. Kinchit karoti, little bit. And he spoke about it like as though it's a great thing. Falgu api bhurikari. Wow, you bought this gift for me. Wonderful. And he ate it. And then when he was eating the second handful, Rukmini intervened and took away the stuff. And it's mentioned by all the great acharyas that she did so because with one handful, everything that Sudama needs, everything that his wife wanted, and more and more and more have already been given. And Sudama, he actually never asked anything, finally. He was so absorbed in Krishna. He went back. He went back dreaming and thinking about all the wonderful things that Krishna, his dear friend, did to him. You see, he was very, very deeply moved by his association with Krishna. His great friend, childhood friend, because Krishna did all that. He spoke about his childhood days and he said how wonderful it was. We both were friends and we served Guru in the same school, and he recollected everything. And after that he asked him, did you bring anything for me, etc., etc. He laid the ground and he did everything. Kwa ham daridra papiyan kwa Krishna Sri Niketana Brahma Bandhu iti smaham bahubhyam parirambhitaha. He's telling, Sudama is saying, who am I? Kwa ham daridra papiyan. Daridra means one who is stricken with poverty. Papi, great sinful person. And who is Krishna? Sri Niketana, one who holds Lakshmi in her chest, in his chest. Brahma Bandhu iti smaham. I am not even a proper Brahmana, I am a fallen Brahmana. I am useless. But Bahubhyam Parirambita, and that Supreme Person, he completely embraced me with his long arms. In this way, Sudama went back feeling great even without asking anything. This is the way Krishna gave shelter to Sudama. And this is the way Sudama fully appreciated everything that's mentioned here. Katir Bharta, Prabhu Sakshi, Nivasa Sharanam Suhrit. Everything was appreciated by Sudama. And Krishna reciprocated. You don't have to even ask. Sudama never asked. It's only his wife who gave a light hint, maybe you have a great friend called Krishna who can help. And he took that cue immediately and said, yeah, I want to go. It's mentioned very clearly in the Bhagavatam, all he wanted to do was to go and see Krishna. It's a chance, it's an opportunity, it's an excuse to go. Uttama Shlokam. He wanted to go and see. Uttama Shloka Lalasa. He wanted to go and see the Supreme Lord. Out of eagerness, he accepted that proposal. And he came there and did exactly that. He had Krishna's association. He didn't ask him anything, he just went back. And lo and behold, when he went back, everything was given to him. This is a very wonderful illustrative pastime. Illustrates all these things that are mentioned here. That Krishna is our friend. That Krishna will always do good for us. In ways that we cannot think of. In ways that we don't know. Our judgments, puny judgments, with our puny intelligence and the inflated false ego and a confused mind, what can it actually come to conclusion with? Even if you read the Shastra, So Krishna is do-gooder. He is always doing good. And we are always doing bad for ourselves. Rarely can we think straight. Rarely can we do good for ourselves. But still we have massive faith in our own propositions. We really live every day step to step, making judgments, deciding things, executing things on some principles. And we have great faith in ourselves. Not that we shouldn't have. But overall, we don't seem to be doing good for ourselves because we don't even know who we are. And what to speak of doing good for something that you don't know about. Right? That's a real strange proposition. But we go ahead with life doing it. But here Krishna is saying, I am the only do-gooder for you. So to accept whatever Krishna gives us, whichever situation he puts us in, as being the best situation for us, as being the best situation for our progress in Krishna consciousness, for progress in understanding the truth, the reality, that is the best judgment. That is the best mind frame. That's what is yoga. Yoga means learning to depend on Krishna. And that is tested. A little shake, a little alteration here, a little change there, we get perturbed. So easily we can sell off our Krishna consciousness and faith. We can alter it. Yeah. So Krishna sometimes puts us to the test so that we understand where we are. And you can see Sudama, he remained fixed in Krishna, in utter poverty. He did not abandon his faith in Krishna. He just went through it knowing fully well the Lord knows everything. He is putting me through this. He must be knowing. I have full faith. He has a plan for me. And a plan within a greater plan, within a grander plan. The grand plan is too far away for us to understand. The greater plan is also a little far away. And the little plan we have is all that we can see. Where did I get my requirements, my necessities? We live in that plan, within that zone. But great devotees of the Lord see the grand plan of Krishna. And they can operate as servants of Krishna to any level within the situation that Krishna has put them in, without losing their faith. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he illustrated that in his life. The amazing amount of challenges that Prabhupada went through. How Srila Prabhupada actually faced all that. And continuously, consistently he endeavored in the face of so many challenges and difficulties. He just went on trying. There must be some other plan Krishna has got. And he kept going ahead, translating the scripture, endeavoring to go outside of India, to follow the order of his guru. And he faced all sorts of difficulties. I was just recently there in Chippiwada, in the temple in Delhi, where Prabhupada stayed. And that's where he wrote some of the great Bhaktivedanta Swami purports of the Bhagavatam first canto. It's a real crummy place. You know, you go, it's a very thick marketplace. And you go inside, this is this temple. And the temple staircase is exactly this desk width. And it's spiraling like that. You have to walk sideways in that to climb to the top. It's really difficult. It's right on top of the temple. And above the temple's Vimana. Around the temple's Vimana is the room. And in the center of the room is the Vimana of the Lord jutting out. It's like, you know, altar, and top of that is a small room around the main altar. And Prabhupada was sitting there. There was a shelf, and he had put his box, and on that was his typewriter with a little cloth on it, and he was typing those great purports in that crummy, dingy place on the top of the, DD. Fully absorbed. When I came down, I saw a very old lady. She was telling me in Hindi, "Aapne Prabhupada ji ka darshan ka room ka darshan kiya?" She said, I was a small kid at that time running around. Very old lady. And she said that we really troubled him a lot. And she told me that, I thought that it's interesting. She told me that we used to go on top, and Prabhupada's room opens out into the terrace of the other side of the building. It's got a big hole in the center, right down to the ground floor. And, a steel structure is put there. You can see down. And she was telling me that we used to run around and play here and disturb him a lot. We were shouting, yelling, and he would come out and look, and he would tell us in sign, like, don't make noise. Then he'd get back to his typing. And she said that some of us, when he went to the bathroom, took out the carbon sheet from the typewriter. And then he was very disturbed. He was very disturbed. And the carbon sheet was removed, and later he gave us some sweets after we gave back the carbon sheet. She was very nicely recollecting all these things. And then little did any of us know that this is a great saint writing something amazing that's going to change the whole world. So, and that's the place where Prabhupada got, sort of attacked by a street bull or something, and then he fell into the ditch. He was going around printing his BTGs, and he was going to the press and coming there. He could come from Vrindavan there. And he got knocked down. Old man. And then he went back. That's the time when somebody told him also, Swamiji, why are you just writing these sheets, and people will throw it away? You write books. People will keep it with them. Keep them with, keep it with them, and they will read it again and again. So he got the idea, I must write the Bhagavatam, and that's when he started writing Srimad Bhagavatam. All that happened in the place, great things happened in the place, and great challenges to him. Small things, but he had no facility, and he was writing those great purports that would change the lives of so many people in such very ordinary situations, completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. You just imagine. And all the time Prabhupada knew, I am doing this. This is the order of the Guru. Great things are going to happen out of this. Never mind some, animal knocked me down. Never mind some kid stole or messed around with my typewriter. Never mind, this is going to go on. And repeatedly these things happened to him. All these small things. But repeatedly he kept going on with determination. Okay? So Prabhupada's determination, his great fiery focus and dependence on Krishna out of everything. The Krishna has a plan. All the time. In the worst situations he knew Krishna has a plan. In everything that happened to me, there is something to do with Krishna consciousness. In everybody's life that is true. Everybody's life that is true. Krishna is so closely involved with your life. You don't need to go to an astrologer to find that out. You don't need to go and see a horoscope. You don't need to do all these things. If you have faith in Krishna, that He is in charge, He is Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. I think I should tell you a little story. You like to hear a story? Because there are kids here. Because you must have heard enough. I heard that Velukudi Krishnanji was here. You must have heard all the stories of the Alvars. You must have heard many people talking. And this is the digital age. You can cut and paste and get to know everything very fast. So I should maybe tell you in relation to this verse some stories from a famous place called Guruvayur. I think how many people know about Guruvayur? Yeah, quite a few. How many people have gone there to take darshan? Okay. There are deities of the Lord that established by the Lord's own pastime and which are related with by devotees very intimately. And just like if you go to Kanchipuram, you go to Srirangam, we know very closely, intimately related with the deity of Vardaraja Perumal, or in Srirangam, Raghunatha Swami, who's Ramanuja. This is the 1000-year celebrations. And this also happens with the 50-year celebrations of ISKCON and Prabhupada's great intimate effort to establish the society. So, each deity has got sometimes their own eternal associates. They repeatedly come and perform pastimes with the deity. And these deities of the Lord are permanent manifestations, some of them. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sanatana Goswami is being told by Lord Chaitanya that there are 8 places where the Lord eternally resides, pralaya after pralaya, creation after creation. Like Mayapur, Vrindavan, Jagannath, Puri. In the south, there's a place called Padmanabha Swami in Trivandrum. It's Ananda Aranya is mentioned in Chaitanya, the forest of bliss. That's where Ananta Padmanabha Swami eternally resides. It's all eternal places. The Lord resides. And in each of these places, the Lord performs pastimes with His devotees. Almost all the deities of the Lord, somehow or the other, have some main devotees attached to the deity. You know, Kanakadas in Udupi. And like that in Guruvayur, you have 2 famous personalities who are very closely associated with the deity. One is called Narayana Bhattatri, who wrote the famous work Narayaniyam. And there's another one called Pundanam, who was a very simple, aged Brahmana, village Brahmana. So the deities of the Lord, everybody knew that, and they were praising both of them as great devotees. There are many pastimes to do with both of them. But this is the story of even other simple people whom the Lord relates with, if they relate with Him. Leave alone those great devotees. There are other simple devotees who all, depending on their faith, when they go to the temple and see the Lord, He relates with them. Now, there was a very simple devotee, and you know, there's a lot of anxiety about doing things in the world. Some of them are really not meant for the world. They can't, they're not very smart in getting their job done, getting their earning, running their families. They really can't do it. The simple guys, you ask them to be devotees, they're very nice devotees. But you ask them to go outside, work, get a job, get money, maintain the family, it's difficult. And this was one devotee who found it extremely difficult to do these things. And he was always escaping into the temple and sitting down there, chanting the name of the Lord, doing whatever seva was there in the temple. Just want to avoid the outside world. He can't take the load of it. It's a simple guy. So it's not that he was not working. Many of them will relate with it. But then the demands of his, social demands, and his wife always telling him, please do something about our daughter. She has to get married. You don't have any money. You don't have a job. Somehow you get something every day because he does all sorts of, miscellaneous errands for people who come to the temple, and they gave him some bakshish, and that was his income. All he knew was the Lord Guru Ayyappan, and he was very happy to be there, and everybody utilized him and gave him some prasad and gave him some money, and he would come back home and said, this is my earning for the day. Here is prasad. Somehow they were managing. But then the wife didn't say anything, but though she was saying once in a while out of anxiety. But now that the daughter has come of age, she told him, please do something now. Don't be a good for nothing. I tolerated you all these years. Now, please, people are watching me. Relatives are all saying, you're a finished, you're a gone case. You have a husband who is a useless bum. He doesn't get any money. He's socially misfit. That and this and everything. And she can't bear that. And she told him, do something, do something. So the more she was asking, the more he would run away into the temple and sit down, not knowing what to do, how to go about it. Just nobody, I have no friends of that sort in the social circle that can ask for money, get something. So he was really anxious, and he was going every day and escaping into the temple and coming later in the night. Going off early in the morning, coming late in the night. Shishi Radha Nilamadava ki. So he was escaping the situation like that. So then his wife somehow caught hold of him and said, enough of this, you better do something fast. Because your daughter is coming of age. So he went and told the Lord, I really can't do anything. I just know to serve you a little bit. And I'm actually a useless guy. My horoscope is really bad. If at all anything I have to do for my daughter, it's only what you could do. And he kept saying this for a few weeks. Parallel to this is another completely opposite guy. Another devotee, a very powerful Nambudri Brahmin. Brahmins in Kerala are called Nambudris, high class. He, very wealthy, although he's a Brahmin, got brain, and he gets dakshina, he does that, this, and all the services, and he knows how to spend money, although he's a Brahmin. So he was extremely stingy. He was a devotee of Lord Guru Ayyappan, but would never give any donation, never put anything in the hundi, because he rationalized that you are the Supreme Lord, you have everything with you, don't need. You have everything, and you are the Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nevasa Saranam Shukrit. What's my little contribution going to do for that? And see, they rationalize in Kerala. It's a place. They rationalize everything into you becoming God. Therefore, I am God. All sorts. So he rationalized it, and he said, "You don't need anything from me, but I'm just, I know that everything that you're giving me is through you and all that. But what will this difference make to you? Own the whole, like that." So therefore, he was not giving. He rationalized his stinginess, his miserliness, shastrically. So he was a character, and so he got sick. He got really sick, attacked by some paralysis, some rheumatoid arthritis or something like that. And he was like that. So he decided, listen, he told the Lord, I am going to offer you a rupee a day. I want to get cured of this. And then he hung his neat little bag, and every day ceremoniously he will chant the name of Guru Ayyappa, Narayana, Keshava, Madhava, this please, Rakshikine, please save me, and he would put the coin in front of the Guru Ayyappan's picture in a small bag. Then he would get massaged, oil and Ayurvedic treatment and everything. Then he said, at the end of 90 days, when the treatment ends, I should become all right, I'll come and give this money to you. That was his sankalpa. That was his sankalpa. But the Lord reciprocates with all sorts of devotees. It's just a nice, it's a real life thing that happened. And he was a little further away. So Parallelly, this was going on. This prayer from so many people will be coming. The Lord is standing here. You must be hearing so many people coming with so many conditions. You do this for me. I am like this. I'll chant Hare Krishna. I'll do that. I'll do this. Just don't think that he's not busy. He must be really busy. Relating from the hearts of so many devotees and, pulling and pushing things. How to make this guy surrender to me? Pulling through. Lots of things are happening here. We don't know. We are busy with our own stuff. But the Lord is relating with so many people. So there goes these two people parallelly thinking like this. And then finally this simple devotee kept praying, and then one fine day the Lord came in his dream and said, "My dear devotee, why are you worried about these things? I know how to look after your daughter's wedding. You don't worry about it. I have got the money for your daughter's wedding." And in the dream, the Lord told him, on so-and-so day, this Nambudri Brahmana will come with so much money accumulated in a bag. That's for you. That's for your daughter's wedding. He got up from his dream and said, "Wow, the Lord is asking me to take somebody else's money? Cannot be. I think I'm going mad thinking about this money and my daughter's wedding and my wife saying these things, and then my prayer to the Lord. Everything is got together and coming out in sort of a small movie. I don't think that's true. I don't think the Lord is asking me to take that money from him." I said, "Too much." And he went and prayed again. "Why all these things are happening to me? I got a dream about you coming and telling me, how can this be true that you're asking me to take up somebody else's wealth?" And the Lord came again in his dream after a few days and told him that Nambudri, and gave him details. He always comes and takes bath in that pond first. And this time, because he is sick, he will get his oil massage there. He's got influence. He's a Nambudri. He will take his oil massage there. Then he will dip himself. And he will keep his money bag very close to him. He's a real conjuice. He's afraid. So you just go there and pick it up. Wow, he got up the next morning and said, "There are even details you're giving me how to take it. I can't believe it. I'm not going to do this. I can't do it." He's a very simple guy. He just can't do all these things. But he got it again, the dream. And at the third time, he said, "I'm saying it, do it. It's for you, the money." And then the day came. So he was so afraid. Something wrong with me? Did I dream right? Or is it? But it's repeatedly coming to me, the Lord's instruction, the dream. So he went on that day, took early morning darshan at 3 o'clock. You have Nirmalya darshan of the Lord. He took darshan, took bath in the pond, took darshan, and then he waited for the sunrise. And lo and behold, he peeped from the wall and saw during sunrise, there was a Nambudri laid out on a mat in the sun and getting massaged, and there was a bag next to him. He said, "How can this be true? I'm supposed to do this, but I have to do it." He's never done anything in his life like this. He doesn't go out, can't relate with anybody. But it's amazing that the Nambudri was sitting there and saying, "Narayana, Narayana, Narayana," and praying. Right? And he was sick and the people were massaging him. He's a big time guy. So he peeped and said, "Wow, it's true. I gotta do it." Then he tiptoed down the staircase near the pond, and then he chanted the name of Narayana, 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 and took a sprint. And then as he took a sprint, he just dug low and then took the bag and ran up the stairs. And then as soon as he did that, this guy found out, this Nambudri, "Dad, he's stealing my bag." He shouted and yelled, "My savings, my offering to the Lord, he's stealing it." And then nobody did anything about it because they were busy massage, "Stealing it, catch him, catch him." And then he got up. He got up and started running behind this guy with his dhoti full of oil. Started running behind this guy. And this devotee looked back and said, "My gosh, he's coming behind me." He went into the temple. He ran into the temple. All he knows is the Lord, Guru Ayyappan. He said, "He asked me to do this, I did this, now he's coming behind me." And then He went in front of the temple and then he looked at the Lord and he said, do something. And it's just coming behind. Then he didn't know what to do. It was a big queue for darshan. He started running around to buy time. And this guy was running, this Nambudiri said, I'm not going to give you my money. My saving is such a conjuice guy. He lost his money. He went behind this guy. And they went round and round and round and he was shouting, thief, thief, thief. And then he became tired. Then he went in front of the Lord and said, not fair, not fair. How can you do this? He stole my money. I'm supposed to give it to you. And boom, for the Nambudiri's talk like that, from out of the temple came a booming voice and said, my dear devotee, what's wrong? Let him take that money. And what was your sankalpa anyway? You had this disease. And look at you. How did you run? You were paralyzed. Then he looked at himself and said, yeah, it became all right. That's all you wanted. That's all you wanted. You got it. He's my devotee. He needs that money. And this Nambudiri started crying. He said, what a silly fellow I am. I'm cured. How did I run like this at jet speed behind that guy? All for want of that money. And the money is actually meant for Krishna. And Krishna has taken it. He's his devotee. And then these two people met each other. And they discussed in detail how they came in them a dream. And they became, they were crying together, hugging each other, saying how the Lord has played a complete role. And I did not know it, you did not know it. And we just sit and, think that each other's enemy or something. But it all belongs to Krishna. Isavashyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. So, here, Krishna, he's protecting his devotee within the social system. And he got this Nambudiri's money. It was his entire savings. He did his daughter's marriage. And this sankalpa was that I should become all right. That's all you want? Here it is. That's easy. And this all you want for your daughter's wedding? I'll arrange that. Nothing that the Lord could have come personally and given you gold coins and things like that. But within the social situation that they were in, he arranged it. It's a famous story which tells us that in whatever situation we are, whatever we are going through, especially if you're depending on the Lord fully, then Krishna is engineering it for you. He's actually letting it happen. And we just, not that we should say rob a bank and think about, that Nambudiri and this thing you told me, they're saying, I'm also feeling like stealing from the bank and must be Krishna telling me to do so. They can't interpret things and do some funny, dirty thing and say, put it on Krishna, it must be Krishna. He is like the instrument for everything. Everything has got a deep, connotation that this simple devotee, he actually verified several times, and the Lord appeared in his dream again and again and told him. In Prabhupada's dream, he was leading a very nice, successful grahastha life, earning good money, very honest man, simple family he was looking after. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati came in his dream and said, wake up, take sannyas, come away. And it was such a change, 180 degrees shift. And Prabhupada was wondering, wow, what happened to my kids? What happened to my family, my wife? And everything that I'm looking after. Just change it. And again Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came in his dream. And Prabhupada went and knocked the door at 2 o'clock in the night. He got up from his bed and went to Sridhar Swami's, his close friends, and knocked the door and said, the dream again, give me sannyas, I have to take sannyas. And Sridhar Swami said, I don't think you should do it. It creates such a great social turmoil. And I know your relatives and all of them, and I know, he said, you shouldn't. And Prabhupada went ahead and got sannyas from his sannyas guru, Keshav Pragya Maharaj, and he went ahead, he surrendered to that instruction given to him. He changed his whole life. He was willing to change 180 degrees. He left his house, and then a completely different program started in his life, following Krishna's order. And earlier also he was following Krishna's order, staying around, looking after the family, earning money, everything. And at the moment Krishna said, no, turn around this side, now it's over. He did that too. This is the meaning. It's not so easy to change 180 degrees. But Prabhupada did that. He knew it is a call, Krishna's call. So it's 9 o'clock. I've been asked to stop at 9 o'clock. So I just picked this up naturally from here. It must be Krishna's arrangement. That we need to learn the art of dependence. Teach ourselves repeatedly with everything that happens to us. Tame our minds in such a way that we are able to follow Krishna's order. It's not very difficult to do. At the same time, it's difficult to do. It's not difficult to do if we just fall into that dependence. It's difficult to do if you don't. But we must do. That's what human life is meant for. Some time or the other, if you skip it in this lifetime, the same challenge will stand in front of you the next lifetime, and the next, and the next, and the next. You got to do it sometime. So Prabhupada told us, better do it now. Go back to Godhead now. Don't come back here. Use this lifetime. So the great gift of Krishna consciousness given to us by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. What an amazing craft. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness, the chanting of the holy name, his beautiful books, the Society of Devotees. It's really amazing work that Prabhupada did. It's a gift. If we can see very carefully, think about it, deliberate on it, what an immense human welfare Prabhupada did for his time and for times to come. He's still doing it. What amazing Vaishnava Seva for times to come. So very great personality, very great Vaishnava. All we need to do is follow in his footsteps. His life is actual teaching, application of everything that he wrote. So by reading his life history, you can get very inspired that everything that Prabhupada wrote in the purports, he's applying it in his life through all the different challenges. I was very moved when I read a small note by interviews with some Gaudiya Vaishnav sannyasis, Gaudiya Math sannyasis and god brothers of Prabhupada, when it's told that how he came to distribute this BTGs it was producing in Chippiwada. He would print them in Delhi and come, and the Radharaman temple, the Goswamis, Padmanabha Goswami and his descendants, they were all saying that we were small kids then. And we knew Prabhupada was coming. Because that time he was Abhay Babu. He would come on his rickety, cycle. And that cycle, when he was pedaling, would make a sound. And we know it is Prabhupada's cycle. It was under repair. And he would ring the bell and had a cloth bag. And we would run as soon as we hear that, bell and that cycle sound. We would run to our father and say, give me coins, and I have to go and get the BTG. So he would stand in front of the house and ring the bell. And they know it's Abhay Babu come to sell the BTG. So he would give that one piece and take a little coin. And these kids will give those coins. And he would go delivering it house to house. Because that was the order of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And now we can't sell the BTG without facility of a big car or some, other types of things that we need. And here is Bhaktivedanta Swami at all times, in any situation and circumstance, what's the best I can do to follow the order of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati? I must do that. If I can move a little finger, I can't do anything else, I must do that. And he was endeavoring. So it was not easily done. We're on the other end of the success. It was not easily done. So we should take this with great value. Of course, you're all doing that under the leadership of Harivilas Prabhu. I don't know whether he's here. He's not here. So Harivilas Prabhu has done an amazing job here. Oh, he's here. And all of you are very wonderfully being tutored, counseled. And that same spirit of Srila Prabhupada coming down in the parampara by various such representatives, developing a community of devotees, distributing Prabhupada's books. It's a completely different lifestyle. And we sell ourselves to it. There'll be lots of challenges. Everybody has got challenges. All devotees who genuinely want to do something have always faced challenges. Those who want to sleep comfortably in the lap of Maya have no challenges. Koto nidra jao maya pisachira kole. I give you a feeding bottle and give you a few strokes and a lullaby, and you can go to sleep on the lap of Maya. I have no problems. Why you Hare Krishna guys have got so many problems? We're trying to do something that's against the grain. And that's why you have problems. And the fact that you have problems is good sign that Krishna is paying attention to you. That's the sign. And if you're sleeping nicely, peacefully, it means that Krishna's Maya is only paying attention to you. Right? So peaceful, nice life is not the life. You know, even Yashoda Mai was full of anxieties, Prabhupada said. We don't come to Hare Krishna movement for peace. That's a secret we don't tell others outside. After they walked in, why these things are happening to me? Welcome to the world of Hare Krishna. We tell them later. This is the real philosophy. And like Gopal Krishna Maharaj was saying this morning, he made some mention. Who made the mention? Somebody made the that having a life of anxieties in service for Krishna is a real pleasure. Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting Radharani in the Antilila of Chaitanya, in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You see in the last slokas, the mood of Radharani, of service, wherein she's saying, if Krishna wants to put me into misery, and if he gets happiness out of that, then that misery is my happiness. Lord Chaitanya is quoting that and saying, this is how Radharani is. That misery is my greatest happiness. So, devotees of the Lord, like we recollected Sudama, we recollected all these other at different platforms, they all have their so-called challenging experiences. But in that, the sweetness of Krishna's presence and his relationship, that is of great value. So Prabhupada also showed that in his life. And every devotee has a story to say. Its difficulties in rendering service, this problem, that problem, all that is engineered. And as long as we continue to serve Krishna with determination, it's to our benefit. Om Tat Sat, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Hare Krishna. I don't know whether there's any time for some questions and comments. Is there? Kritika has a question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I have a question regarding the 8 dhammas that are eternal. So are they eternal even during the pralaya?
Yeah.
That happens?
Pralaya, after pralaya they exist.
So at the end
the
of
Lord
Brahma's
exists
day,
there and he manifests himself differently each time according to the kings who come build the temple in that place, and you know, he comes up, goes away, maybe the temple is destroyed, but he eternally exists in that place.
he exists as the Archa Vigraha form?
Yeah. The Archa Vigraha form is not only Archa Vigraha, the way we look at it. Pratima nahi tumi sakshat Prajendra Nandana. The deity, the Guruvayurappan deity, is the deity that was worshipped by Vasudeva and Devaki, and is the same deity worshipped by Kashyapa and Aditi, same deity worshipped by Prashni and Sutapa when they got Prashni Garbha as son. So in all these 3 lifetimes, they worshipped that same deity. And that same deity appeared in the prison house to Vasudeva and Devaki in 4-handed form, because that's what they were meditating on. And then he became 2-handed baby Krishna. So in Kerala, they know that this is the deity who appeared in the prison house. So the deity manifested himself. You've been worshipping me, my dear devotee. I'm here. You wanted me as your son. Right? So when we say Archa Vigraha, it does not mean that in Archa Vigraha only, like that. But the Lord, He appears. Like I was there with boys now in Kanchipuram in that Yatuktakari Sonnavanna Perumal temple. When the Lord who was lying down on Anantasesh, his devotee told him, the king is asking me to sing his praise, I won't. I told him I won't. He said, leave my kingdom. I'm shortening the whole. Leave me, you know that story. He told, leave the kingdom, and said, we are going. And then his father asked him, so what are you going to do here? He told the Lord, without, So he said, what will I do without you? I'm also coming. So it means the Lord got up and rolled his mat. Anantasesh was his mat. He rolled it up, put it under his arm, and they 3 walked away from the kingdom. It's a deity walking away. So deity doesn't mean just Pratima. He can do many things. He's the Supreme Lord. Right? So as much as the Lord exists eternally, Goloke eva nivasati akhilatma bhuto, the deity is also present eternally in these places. That's what Sanatana Goswami was explained by Lord Chaitanya. Does it answer your question? Yeah. Any other comment or question? Okay. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for such a wonderful class. And thank you for relating all these stories of Sudama's pastime as well as current, modern, most recent pastimes from Guruvayurappan story. Thank you very much. So, thank you for coming to Seattle. And His Holiness Bhakti Vinod Maharaj is a Deputy Governing Body Commissioner of ISKCON, the worldwide governing body. So he's also in charge of he's the chairman of the outreach subcommittee working under GBC, and he's also the zonal secretary for Western Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So Maharaj, by training, he was a chemical engineer from a premier institute.